Everybody knows them, the golden couple of Hollywood, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos. For decades, they've embodied charm, love, and unshakable partnership. They're the couple that made us believe in forever. From their early days on All My Children to their life as one of television's most admired pairs, Kelly and Mark have lived their love story in front of millions and somehow made it look effortless. But behind that flawless image lies a reality few ever see. Because no matter how picture-perfect life may appear, even the strongest hearts can be shaken by something completely out of their control. Mark Consuelos, actor, father, husband, and television co-host, has long represented vitality and strength. His commitment to health and fitness has been legendary. Whether on screen in Riverdale or standing beside Kelly on Live with Kelly and Mark has always seemed unstoppable, the very definition of confidence and resilience. He and Kelly built a beautiful life together, 3 incredible children, thriving careers, and a relationship that fans around the world admire. To the public, they seemed unbreakable, partners in love, laughter, and life. But then, without warning, that perfect world began to tremble. It started subtly. Little moments, things that could easily be dismissed. A lingering cough, an ache that refused to fade, fatigue that even rest couldn't fix. For someone as energetic as Mark, it was easy to explain away. A busy schedule, stress, maybe just getting older. But Kelly noticed something different. A slight dimming of his usual spark, a hesitation in his normally effortless energy. What neither of them realized was that those minor signs were the first whispers of something far more serious. When Mark went in for what should have been a routine checkup, he had no reason to expect anything unusual. He was in shape, disciplined, always on top of his health. Yet this time, the results didn't look right. One test led to another, then more tests. The cheerful tone of the doctor's office shifted to quiet concern. And finally, the moment no one ever wants to face, the doctor's voice delivered the words that shattered everything. Cancer. That single word changed their entire world. Mark, the man who had always been the pillar of strength, suddenly found himself standing on uncertain ground. The diagnosis was aggressive, the kind of news that stops time. The shock hit like a wave, heavy and suffocating. He thought of his family, his wife, his children, and the life they had built together. Everything that once seemed secure now felt fragile. Kelly Ripa, known for her light and laughter, was devastated. For once, she couldn't hide behind a smile or a camera. The woman America knew as endlessly positive was suddenly a wife staring down fear. But true to her nature, she turned that fear into determination. She stood beside Mark through every appointment, every sleepless night, every uncertain morning. Together, they began a journey that no amount of fame or fortune could prepare them for. Mark's first reaction was disbelief. How could someone so healthy, so careful, be facing this? He had always pushed through challenges with sheer willpower, but this was a battle that couldn't be conquered through discipline alone. As treatment began, the physical toll was immediate. The once boundless energy was replaced by exhaustion. The workouts, the public appearances, the filming, all of it had to pause. For a man who had spent his life in motion, that stillness was one of the hardest parts. But the emotional weight was even heavier. The fear of the unknown, the sleepless nights wondering if he'd see his children's milestones, the moments when Kelly would quietly hold his hand, both of them trying to be strong for each other. And yet, amid the pain, something beautiful began to emerge, a deeper love, a renewed sense of purpose, and an unbreakable unity. When Mark finally shared his diagnosis publicly, his words moved millions. He wrote, "It's one thing to face life's challenges, but this is the real deal. I have so much to live for, and the uncertainty is overwhelming. But I'm facing this head on with the love of my life and the unwavering support of my family. Fans across the world flooded social media with messages of love, prayers, and encouragement. Celebrities, colleagues, and complete strangers came together to offer support. The outpouring of kindness gave Mark new strength. It reminded him, and all of us, that vulnerability is not weakness, and that even heroes can need help sometimes. Kelly's devotion through it all became the heart of their story. She balanced her career, motherhood, and caregiving with incredible grace. On Live with Kelly and Mark, viewers noticed moments when her laughter faltered. Her eyes glistened, but she pressed on, always radiating positivity. What many didn't realize was that behind the scenes, she was holding her husband's hand through the darkest nights. Mark's journey has become more than a personal battle. It's a lesson in resilience, love, and perspective. His openness about his fears and gratitude has inspired countless people to prioritize their health, to get checked, and to never take a single day for granted. As weeks turned into months, the fight became a rhythm. Hospital visits, quiet afternoons at home, moments of laughter breaking through the tension. The Consuelos family learned to find joy in the smallest victories. A good day, a clear scan, a shared smile. Kelly once said in an interview, "We've faced challenges before, but this time we're learning what unconditional love
That statement
truly
captures
means."
everything. Their story is not just about illness, it's about endurance. It's about holding on to hope even when fear feels louder. For Mark, every sunrise became a reminder that life, no matter how uncertain, is precious. He began to speak openly about gratitude, about finding light even in the hardest moments. He thanked Kelly for being his anchor, his family for their laughter, and his fans for their prayers. Doctors remain cautiously optimistic. Treatments are ongoing, but Mark's spirit has remained strong. His body may have weakened, but his will, his heart, has never been stronger. Kelly often says that Mark's battle has changed the way their family lives. They no longer rush through days. They sit longer at the table. They talk more. They love harder. The couple that once symbolized perfection has now shown the world something far greater: authenticity. They've shown us that love is not about picture-perfect moments, but about staying when things fall apart. Their story has sparked a larger conversation about early diagnosis, mental health during illness, and the power of community support. Fans have organized charity runs, fundraisers, and awareness campaigns in Mark's name, transforming his struggle into a movement of hope. Through it all, Kelly and Mark have stayed grounded. They shared glimpses of their life, not for sympathy, but to remind others that everyone, no matter how strong or successful, faces storms, and that together, love and faith can weather anything. There are still tough days ahead, but Mark has chosen to face each one with courage. He continues to inspire millions, not as a celebrity, but as a man who refuses to give up. His journey is not over. It's evolving, and so is his message. He reminds us to listen to our bodies, to cherish our families, to forgive quickly, and to live deliberately. Because life, as he now knows better than anyone, is fragile, and it's beautiful. So when we think of Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos today, we see more than the glamorous red carpet couple. We see two souls bound by a love that grows stronger through adversity. We see a family that proves that real strength is found not in perfection, but in perseverance. Mark's story has touched millions because it's real, raw, painful, but ultimately filled with hope. And for those watching from afar, his journey is a reminder that no one is immune to life's trials, but we are all capable of facing them with courage, grace, and love. To Mark and Kelly, your story has become a beacon for anyone fighting their own unseen battles. Your strength reminds us that even when life tests us beyond measure, love remains the greatest healer of all. So as the world stands beside you in prayer and support, we know one thing for certain. This is not the end of your story. It's a new beginning, one defined not by illness, but by resilience, faith, and the unbreakable bond of love.